Welcome to Managing Asia. I'm Christine Tan. This fashion label has dressed celebrities like Lady Gaga and Kim Kardashian, and its dramatic designs continue to push the envelope around the world from here in Jakarta. Today we meet the people behind Tex Saverio. Tex Saverio, one of the hottest designers in Indonesia, known for his dramatic and theatrical creations. He became a sensation when he designed the bridal gown for box office hit The Hunger Games: Catching Fire. We caught up with the elusive designer outside Jakarta City to find out how he ended up dressing Jennifer Lawrence.
Wow, I was so lucky because there's a lot of people wants to dress her, want to be in that movie because it was such a huge phenomenon at that time. I was like, we were contacted by the stylist. She was looking for a dress, not that typical wedding dress. So she saw our collection, the white collection, and she thinks that really fits into the the theme of the movie. So I was like, oh, okay, is it really? Are you sure about it? I was like, really? Is it me? Yeah. So it was. I was so surprised that she selected me.
Was the feedback enormous after you designed
yes,
for the Hunger
even
Games?
until
what was
last
the response
week.
like?
Well, the response is mixed, of course. Some people like it, some people don't like it. Well, it's just normal in this industry. So I was like, yes, until last week, we still have inquiries for that dress. Some people really want something really special on their wedding day, right?
The 31-year-old designer, who looks straight out of a manga, shared with us the journey that led to the birth of his eponymous label.
I started drawing around like 4 years old. So I draw on the wall. I draw in.
What
paper.
were you drawing?
Well, at that time it's just like Christmas tree, and then mangas, cartoon, Doraemon, Dragon Ball, all those stuff. So it was just the stuff that I like as a child. And but then when I was in junior high school, I started drawing dresses.
What drives you? What motivates you?
What really motivates me is actually a woman. When I see a woman, I want to empower them. I want them to look beautiful, and I think that's the most important thing in this fashion industry.
He gave us an exclusive preview of a piece for his next couture collection.
It is inspired by an Indonesian quote actually, so it's very traditional. So if you see at the motifs, if you see at the works, it's actually very traditional.
It's beautiful. How long does it actually take to make this gown?
For this one, well, it takes months actually because all of this is actually hand embroidered. If you see all the details here, we make the pattern based on the body silhouette, so everything is hand embroidered.
So how much exactly would a gown like this cost, Tex?
Well, to be really honest, for this one, we haven't calculated yet because as you can see, it is under process right now, but our starting price is about 9,000.
Indonesia's infrastructure for designers is still underdeveloped, says Saverio, but he's determined to put Jakarta on the world's fashion map.
Right now, I see the potential that we can do as an Indonesian in this fashion world. I think yes.
So you've dressed celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Lawrence in The Hunger Games, even Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
You happy with what you've achieved so far?
Yeah, I'm so happy about it because I really didn't think that I would make it that far, but yes, I think that it's the passion that drives me there. My biggest challenge now, how to deliver such a huge expectation from people for my next couture collection.
Saverio also wants to translate his couture aesthetics into more wearable pieces. So, 4 years ago, he co-founded Saverio and Liu, a separate company for ready-to-wear. We went to the city center to meet the man driving this partnership, Warren Liu, a seasoned businessman who had built up a successful IT company before he joined Saverio.
He made my sister's wedding gown, and as you have met my sister, she's quite flamboyant herself, and the two of them got along very, very well. And at the same time, Tex was under pressure from the industry to have something affordable. He found out that our family has been in manufacturing for about 4 years, and they got along well, and so they got together and decided to do this. And my sister came to me and said, hey, we need someone to look after the corporate structuring and so on.
So she was the one that brought you in?
Yeah, she was the one that brought me in. She's the fashion director. She works very, very closely with
And
Tex.
you're in charge of the business?
And I'm the bad guy. I'm the guy who always says no to this, no to that, show me the budget, don't go over budget. So that's my role.
Only make it a little bit like.
Liu comes from a family with decades of experience in apparel manufacturing. His mother Grace and younger sister JJ are running several factories in Indonesia, while he and his elder sister Faye work with Saverio. This CEO has huge ambitions.
We didn't want to be a single label company. We wanted to create a platform, sort of like a huge fashion house in the, like LVMH or Kering, but based in Asia, to be the first one in ASEAN.
Did Tex go along with that idea?
He did. He actually liked the idea, and he actually said, am I going to be the group's creative director? I said, yes. Am I going to have say in every single collection? I was like, that depends on how well we work with any other labels that might come under our umbrella. And he was very supportive, and everything we've done ever since is in support of this vision.
But in a world of fast fashion, can Saverio's labels stick with fickle consumers around the world? Can their gilded fantasy become reality? Was it a big challenge coming up with this ready-to-wear collection, given that Tex designs can be very intricate and highly dramatic?
Yep. We're still trying to figure that one out. So it's a work in progress, and I think that it will be a work in progress, forever, because you always have to balance the artistic impulses against the commercial, practical necessities. And as you've seen, touring the studio and at our offices, we've actually split the design team. So he comes in here, sets the vision, looks at, gives direction to the team. The team works away from him, so he doesn't come in and nitpick on a work in progress. They present him, he approves, and then it goes into production. The sales and marketing team would also work in the same way with him. And then I sign off on everything before it's presented to our clients. So this mechanism is also being refined as we go on, as we learn new things. And it's always a challenge because as a couture designer, you're used to creating with no budgets. And your designs...
And everything is done by hand.
Yeah, everything is done by hand.
It's a tedious process.
Yes.
It takes months.
It takes months, and it doesn't involve the supply chain. So for example, in ready-to-wear, you have to book your fabric 3 months ahead. He likes to change his fabric 1 week before deadline. So these are the things
So he has to change his style of working.
Yes. Yes, it's not easy for him. It's not. It hasn't been the smoothest journey. It was expected. In fact, I actually said to him before we actually signed the joint venture agreement, saying that, "Are you sure you want to get into this? Do you have any idea how much?"
And what did he say?
Well, I guess he said yes without actually, realizing what it is he was saying yes to. He's beginning to slowly realize this as time goes on, and he's been a very good sport about it. And everything he does, he will say, it's not that I want to come in and say this, but, I believe this is a better direction. Can we look at that? And I'll always throw it back to the team and say, if you guys can do it on budget, go. If not, you come back to me and build the case. Why? And it's also challenging.
So you're playing bad cop.
Yeah, I'm always playing bad cop.
Against the advice of many people, you actually kept the word Jakarta on your fashion label. It actually worked and created a lot of buzz in the process. What made you go with this gut instinct?
Well, one of the things is when we started the company, we wanted to do something different. So we believe that we should stick to our beliefs. We're proud of where we come from. I mean, Tex, he was born and bred here. We're doing development here. We're doing our production here. The genesis of this company was here. Why should we be embarrassed about Jakarta? And if you look at the history of Indonesia, it has a very rich history and a long heritage that people should be proud of. I mean, the issue with the fashion business is sometimes it's quite pretentious and snobby, and the connotation of Indonesia being a third world country, it's not high fashion.
You wanted to change that?
Yeah, we wanted to change the perception because artistically, Indonesia has offered the world a lot of things, and fashion is art to a certain extent. And so we believe that we shouldn't be embarrassed about it. And we said, make or break. We're startup. What's the worst?
Were you surprised with the response you got?
We were quite surprised given the generalization of the French people, where they, are perceived as snobbish by many
They were
other
more
cultures.
receptive than you thought.
They were very receptive. We were very surprised, to be honest. Everybody thought it was great, and they said, you know, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's something different. It's something new. Fashion, the world of fashion needs this. So we thought it worked out well. Sometimes you just got to go
Are you
with
more
your gut.
successful here in Asia than the West?
I would say that about 70% of our revenues are generated in Asia, but the majority of our buying and selling with these customers happen in Paris, which is really, really odd. I'm actually trying to change that, where we would go to the buyers in Asia before Paris Fashion Week, you know, show them everything first, and then just try to get new customers in Paris Fashion Week from other parts of the world. It's a very odd thing. At the end of the day,
But it's all about the bottom line.
yeah, it's all about the bottom line, you know, and you go where the customers are shopping, basically.
Today you produce more than 1,500 pieces
Yes.
of clothing a year, all in Indonesia.
Yes.
Any plans to start production overseas?
No, not in the near future. We tried doing a collaboration production with an online retailer in China. Because my family comes from mass apparel manufacturing, we realized that the Chinese have a very different idea of what is quality in the high fashion world, because China is great for mass apparel. It's not known for high fashion or luxury fashion. And we ended up having a shipment with 95% reject. So we've decided we're not going to go through the experience again. It's easier to do it in Indonesia, where, you know, where my family has all these access and infrastructure already in place. Why reinvent the wheel? So I don't think we're going to go overseas anytime soon.
Stay with us. More with Warren Liu of Saverio and Liu in just a moment.
It was known that Tex designed the wedding gown in the Hunger Games. We got so many inquiries coming in from North America. And these are all the Hunger Games fans, right? The
So
moment,
you have a huge following there already.
yes, but the moment they find what the minimum price was, you never hear back from them.
Managing Asia, we'll be right back.